So here we are eating some local papayas here in the Canary Islands for breakfast. Just cutting into them, making sure I pick the ripe ones by just checking for softness. That's important. And then I really like to eat them just as is, just to use my hands and just eat the natural way. I really enjoy that. But of course, if you like to use a spoon, you could do that too, like Mads is doing here. And that's very, of course, more convenient way of eating it. Check it out. So amazing looking papayas, full of juice. It's really juicy and sweet, so it's a perfect breakfast, you know, because after a long sleep you want to hydrate and also fuel your body with some sugars so you're ready for the day's activities. So here's the remains. We pretty much ate it all except maybe one papaya. Then enjoying some sunshine. That's a nice way to get started in the day, get the hormones buzzing and just overall feel good. Here we are walking to Los Llanos, of course, to get some more fruit. You know, it's always a project for us fruit fanatics. We always want to get more fruit. It's good to have a good fruit stash, and you want to plan ahead and make sure you always got food in the house. Here is my lunch meal. So it's a meal of pretty much a lot of good mangoes and some bananas. It's peak of mango season here right now, so the mangoes are absolutely glorious. They are all local and very delicious, very, very, very sweet, and dripping with awesome juice. So I really enjoy mangoes. I eat them for lunch almost every day, or breakfast. And of course you notice we eat a little bit larger volumes, we raw fooders, but that's just because it's more water and more fiber in the food, so you need to eat a little bit larger volume that most people are used to. Check out these bananas. They're called burro bananas, and they're really creamy and really sweet. Full of sugar, simple sugars, carbohydrates to fuel your body. Remember, the body runs best on carbohydrates, so we want to keep the intake of carbohydrates high. So I pretty much ate all of those mangoes, and that was very delicious, very enjoyable. Here's the remains. And of course, afterwards you always have to clean your mouth a little bit after eating mangoes. It always gets a bit messy. Here's my pre-dinner meal. I just had some mangoes before dinner, and then following up with some more mangoes, cucumber, and 1.5 avocado. Mostly carbohydrates. More than 80% of my calories in the day comes from carbohydrates, almost always. I typically eat one fruit at a time as a mono meal, but at dinner I like to mix in some vegetables. Even though cucumber is, botanically speaking, a fruit, it's nice to have something crispy and stuff to eat with your dinner meal. Anyway, I find. And of course, one of my absolute favorite, avocado. And here on the island, the avocados are amazing. They are so rich in flavor. It's just incredible. And the soil here is volcanic, so of course there's lots of minerals. And I find that eating avocado together with mangoes seem to do pretty fine. Like in terms of food combining, it works pretty well. And I think I probably ate about 2,500 calories, I would say, something like that. That's typically where I average. If I'm more active and I do more exercise, I obviously eat more. If I'm not active at all, just sitting around all day, which is rare, I would eat a little bit less. I mean, the body knows how much to eat. You just follow your hunger, eat when you're hungry, preferably one food at a time or in simple combinations, and just eat until you're satisfied. And that's how it works. It's very, very simple. I don't really count calories, as in I don't plan my meals according to calories, but I do like to analyze what I eat sometimes and then counting calories just for fun, really, just to see how much was that. You know, I'll sit down and eat, you know, a meal of mangoes, and then I'll figure out afterwards how much it was, and that can tell me a little bit about the nutritional profile of the meal, etc. And I like to learn, so for me that's a cool little thing to do sometimes, but I don't plan my meals according to calories. All right, very, very enjoyable. It just to mention it looks maybe like it's very different, right? I mean, it's very different from the way most people eat. In these simple combinations, you know, just like eating papaya for breakfast, eating mangoes and some bananas for lunch, and then mangoes again for dinner with the cucumber and avocado. For most people, that sounds boring. You know, that sounds like, what? Is that all you're eating? But I can only tell you that it's so enjoyable, because as you simplify your diet, your ability to taste flavors and nuances in the food increase. So you actually become more sensitive to subtle taste differences in the food, etc. And it becomes really enjoyable. And of course, we're frugivores by anatomy and physiology, so fruit really fits the bill perfectly with all our nutritional needs. So it makes sense that it will be very enjoyable eating that way. That's how all animals in nature eat. They eat raw food. They eat one food at a time. They don't make sandwiches. They don't go here and pick a fruit from there and another food from there, put them together and make a sandwich. No, they eat when hungry until full. I mean, it's the way nature works. So it's bound to be pleasurable if we follow the principles of nature. Alright, so that was what I ate today. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming up, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe. I would appreciate that, and see you in the next video. Have an awesome day.